Girl, let's be real. Have you ever looked at your direct deposit from your payday, from your paycheck, and you start to realize that this paycheck is both your best friend and your worst enemy? Like, hey, boo, okay, thank you for paying the bills, but you keeping me stuck here. Welcome back to Stacks from Scratch. It is me, your girl, your host, Mrs. Latoya Slater. And you already know, if you've been here before, you can just call me Toya. Thank you for sitting down with me today, because we're about to have a little talk about when it's time and how to know what to do when it's time to make this uncomfortable move, this spiritual breakup, so to speak, for the paycheck detox. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So before you start typing up that resignation letter right from the computer desk, right from the job computer, I want you to watch this video to the entire thing, okay? Because I'm about to show you how you're going to free yourself mentally before you even lose your mind or lose your job. Okay, we're going to talk about if you're in the right place to quit your job, and if you are, how to do it emotionally first so that you know you're making the right moves. Okay, so I do remember being so addicted to the paycheck, just like a hamster on a spinning wheel. And every paycheck, I'm waiting that whole week, and everything revolved around that Thursday deposit, and when it show up, I'm brand new. But it's like, okay, just a few days ago, I was crying in the car because I needed some gas money. And here I am ready to, splurge it all. It's like the paycheck did give me that little high. And it does that for a lot of us, especially us ladies. We get that little check and we get that consistency of build up their money, and we start looking at everybody sideways like, okay, because that little check does give you a little boost in your ego. And then when you acted brand new, like you just didn't get through crying about the check, you realize here come Sunday night again, and you're sitting there worried again. Lord, please let me make it through another week. But here's the truth: you can't build wealth or financial security or peace or even build on your purpose when your emotions are tied up, when you are emotionally entangled with a system, because a system will never see you. And that's why I wanted to talk to you today, ladies, to see what we can do when it's time to leave. I mean, if you know you got to leave your job, you know you get ready to make this move. Let's be real. Mentally, if your job is controlling your joy, all of your time, and your self value, basically, you're not getting a fair deal. This is not really a job, it's more like financial incarceration. And we got to start this detox now. And I'm going to show you how, after you realize that the paycheck is a tool, not a toy. It's something you've earned. And how we're going to own that. So here's how. I'm going to show you 3 ways we're going to start to detach from the job without quitting the job before you even walk out the job. Number one, you're going to separate yourself from the title. You have a whole nother identity other than this title. And stop saying, oh, I'm just a um, floor manager at the dollar store. No. I want you to start speaking about your brand, speaking about how you branding yourself, speaking about yourself as a business, at least imagining yourself this way. Because the truth is, the blessing's not going to show up until you have clocked in to yourself, clocked in with yourself to determine exactly what it is that you really desire to be doing. Yeah, you clocking in to pay the bills, but you need to be clocking into yourself, period, to see what it is that you desire to do with your time more than anything. So, number two, I want you to start a mini money journey. That's hard to say. I got it typed up over here, but I did say it out loud as I was going over my notes. But start a mini money journey. In fact, I would like to call it a mini money mission. I want you to do that today. If you have decided that it's time for you to leave, it feels like it's time to go and start clocking in with me instead of clocking in with them. I want you to start a mini money mission outside of the job before you leave your job and see if you really cut out for this life, because selling digital products and babysitting and the offering service after service, it might remind you that making your own money is not as easy as it sounds. Number three, if you're hell bent on quitting the job today, you need to go ahead and create a freedom fund. And that's what I like to think of as a way to say, I'm just going to put a little bit to the side and see if I'm capable of saving up to a goal. See if I am capable of holding myself down and holding myself accountable. Even if it's just $10 a week. Every check, my mama used to tell us when we were young and we first started working, every check you need to put up $20 and pay yourself first. And I really didn't get the gist of what she was saying, but see, this is a mentality. This action forms a habit. And not only does it form a habit, it's letting the mind, it's reminding the subconscious of who you are and what your capabilities are. And just that little bit of self discipline will open up so many doors. So create a freedom fund and see if you really cut out for this before you just run off and leave this employment. I'm not stuck forever, jar. Something. You got to get something going so that you shift the mind instantly so that you can jump out that game and into the next lane that you're going to be creating for yourself. Now, I want to give you a fourth one. I didn't really write these down, but it just came to mind that I really wish that you would practice detachment before you leave. Before you've made up your mind to leave, you need to practice emotional detachment from the job while you're there. And if the boss is coming in, the supervisor getting on your nerves, looking over your shoulder, I want you to not get mad. I want you to not even get irritated, but realize that this is what's pushing your transition and be able to detach yourself from that. No conflicts at work, no long faces at work, no or trauma bonding at work. Try these things to see if you really cut out for the new faster lane that you're looking to jump into. Now, when you not really quite ready to leave your job, and sometimes you feel this consternation for a reason. I don't know your situation, but maybe you don't need to leave. Maybe you need to stay right now, because we know the truth that sometimes we need that job to fund not just our basic and daily needs, but to fund that business that we do want to get started. The job can help us do that. Sometimes you don't need to quit. You just need to repurpose this idea of the job. This is my investor, not my boss. This is my investor. This is not my supervisor or my coworker. These are my investors, and I will deal with them accordingly. Use them, learn from them, stack through them. You get what I'm saying? Just don't settle down in it. Now, when you're doing this and you just know it's not really time for you to go, but you want to test the waters and see if you should be leaving your job, what you can be doing on the side instead of work, when you're off work, instead of scrolling on the ground and venting about your problems on a book, build something. Build something internally, intentionally, whether it's watching a video that teaches you money skills, side hustle skills, business skills, how to get the license. I want you to watch one video, and then I want you to write down your personal branding ideas. What are your values? What are you seeking to serve for? And then I want you to get some sleep. A lot of people bragging. I don't rest. I'm on the grind 24/7. Okay, that is pushing. That's a repellent to money. And if you could rest, like this is your second job sometime, without the guilt, without feeling guilty for giving yourself a nap, giving yourself a break, remind yourself that healing is a strategy too. Healing is a part of a strategy too. And rest is required for healing. And now, y'all, I am really excited to announce we are so close to our goal of 400 videos uploaded on YouTube that I have been honestly slacking back, taking my time, just doing nothing and enjoying the idea that I have accomplished so much this year. And the goal was to upload 400 videos to this channel about money, something I knew nothing about, something I felt like I had no right talking about. Okay, but I have done it. We're about 3 videos shy of the 400 goal. So congratulations to you. I applaud the Get It Girl gang because it was you who kept me going. It was you who tuned in. It was you who shared this information and tried this information. So this is freedom for me. And I just want to say thank you. And it all started with you. So I want you to also realize that when you're thinking about employment, that you were never hired so that you could shrink down or to play small. I want you to remember that you are just in the detox stage, and this is where you're going to detox yourself from the world of work, detox yourself from the paycheck, and start pulling in those clients and doing what it is that brings you joy. And if it's not time for you to leave your job, don't go. But go ahead and test the waters on the side and see if you have what it takes to swim with the big fish. And when the withdrawal hits, just remember it's just your old mindset that wants to keep living. It wants you to get comfortable again. It wants more attention. Don't fall for the bait. Emotionally detach and learn how to build your money on your own, on the side, or whatever you need to, or however you desire to build it, but without clinging to and depending on and waiting on and crying over and being addicted to the paycheck cycles. Thank y'all for watching. Go get out of here. I'll see you on the next one.